The Fall caused all technology access to be destroyed. As humanity erupted into chaos, different cities erected wars, booting out all the criminals. The milkman became a very dangerous job, where they would deliver items across states, fighting off the vultures and miscellaneous outlaws pursuing their treasure. This milkman, John Doe, embarked on that adventure, venturing around the West, but never being allowed inside until he visited New San Francisco, and is invited inside for the first time. The boss Raven offers him a chance to live on the inside. The only caveat is that he must make a trip to New Chicago. In the pursuit of a new life, he will. So he collects the directions and sets off with his new revolver. Not long after, he is pursued by an outlaw, and they are chased by a notorious killer clown, because this is Twisted Metal. Forced to work together, they try to evade the clown through rundown Las Vegas. Crashing into a casino, they are caught by Sweet Tooth. John manages to befriend Sweet Tooth by singing to him, appealing to his showmanship, as Sweet Tooth just wants to perform for people. Noticing that she has the keys to his ride, he convinces Sweet Tooth to release her, so they can all clap their meat sticks for his act. They watch the show, recurring productions of commercial advertisements, and ultimately admit that the show is horrible, and this honesty earns them their freedom, the first people to leave Las Vegas alive. And this inspiration gives Sweet Tooth the idea to go on tour. Stuck in this circumstance, John names her Quiet because she won't talk. As he continues to New Chicago, they come across a checkpoint. The lawmen arrest him for oral. Recognizing one of the lawmen, Quiet tries to execute him but is tased in the moment. Taken in, Agent Stone wants to know the creator of the map, whom has created a route to avoid all of their checkpoints as they are building a dam. Quiet continues to threaten Agent Stone, and they are made to walk the line. Stu, the officer escorting them, doesn't have the heart to kill them and agrees to escape with them, but during the escape, Quiet kills Agent Shepard and they leave Stu behind. On their way out, they are trapped by the convoy, a moving settlement ran by Granny Dread, who will trade them weapons for a run. They drive to Amber Rose, a pharmacist, who initially assumes them to be holy men and poison them. Quickly learning that Granny is sick, she cures them and gives them the poison to end Granny's suffering. She was once a part of the convoy until they got into a dispute. Back at the convoy, they lay Granny to rest and she imparts a freaky book onto Quiet. Now equipped with weapons again, they take Evelyn back on the road, taking out vultures along the way. Quiet secretly drugs John, leaving him behind. She is heading to Topeka, the capital of the lawmen. After being caught a while back, Stone gave them a choice of suicide or both of them would die. After her brother sacrificed himself, they branded her and left her for dead. She now arrives at Topeka, the capital, infiltrating the premises as she is discovered on the intercoms and challenged to a duel, where she falls short and is almost killed. But John arrives in the nick of time to save the day and rescue her from danger. They hide out at an abandoned restaurant, which reminds Quiet of her past. Living in the OC, they got contracted to upgrade and live as an insider. Unfortunately, they were contracted as a slave. She lost a finger and her voice. Brutality towards misbehaving slaves was a regular occurrence and normalized. So when a lockdown was announced and the fall begun, they fought back, becoming outlaws and outsiders. Similarly, John never felt accepted. Waking up in his car at a young age, his home was Evelyn and his first love. Not remembering his family, just a cutout of their bodies. These memories of trauma draw them close together, and with mutual respect, they intermingle in some time-extenuating activities. In the ball pit, as a Watkins storm rains down, John convinces Quiet to drop the hatred she has for Stone and live in the moment. She joins him on the adventure to New Chicago. Outside, they enter a mysterious elevator. Met by Calypso's voice, they retrieve said package. They stop at a pit stop, or the nut house, filled by milkmen that only have 2 rules. Don't discuss the job and don't bring any weapons in. They fuel up and meet John's crazy ex, Bloody Mary. She survived an explosion and became a milkman not long after. John assumes she died in the explosion and never came back. She learns that Quiet might be John's love, even letting her drive Evelyn and taking her on runs, something that John never did with her. So she convinces John to tell her about his last job, breaking the rule and alerting all the other milkmen of the job. They try to kill John for the package and to gain access to New San Francisco. They fight through the mob, killing them all, and even ending Mary's life. They continue on their way. Now hungover from the drinking, Quiet jokes about his family's cutout as it flies out the window. They stop to search for it, and Holy Men steal Evelyn. They struggle to stop them and decide to infiltrate the Holy Men camp and retrieve Evelyn. Dressed up as Holy Men, they begin their mission. The Holy Men smoke weed and meth. They brawl and hang up other Holy Men, even embracing their fantasies of torture by goddesses. Their leader is Preacher. Gifted by all, he is given Evelyn as a prize. But to retrieve Evelyn, he challenges Preacher to a duel. Fueled like an ox, John is knocked out and placed into confinement to await his punishment. In the meantime, to get a new ride, Quiet pretends to be a goddess and kills a holy man, stealing a new ride and freeing John, but memories of Evelyn flood back. Being his first love, he can't give her up so easily, so they split off, and John tries to retrieve Evelyn again. He sneaks in and is too caught by Preacher. Their fight causes a massive explosion. Preacher is saved and pulled away. Crying, Quiet leaves alone, assuming that John is now dead. Surviving the explosion, John finds Evelyn a distant memory, left as a carcass of what was, and reminiscing her memory. He tracks on, calling in the convoy, who saved Quiet from a vulture attack, and now Rose is back aboard the convoy. Inside the convoy, John is waiting for her, but Quiet is still mad at him for abandoning her. He makes up with her by fixing their new car and getting it ready for battle, adding a compartment for Quiet's gear. They named the new car Roadkill. Attacked by Agent Stone, the convoy obliges to help killing Agent Stone and the lawmen, who have now created a wall blocking them from their path to New San Francisco. They are joined by Sweet Tooth, who after deciding to go on tour, begun raiding lawmen checkpoints, and freed Stu. Wondering where to go, they joined forces as the S brothers to collect captives and free them from all the lawmen. Leaving his friend Mike behind, they hid in an asylum, where Sweet Tooth was originally sent for killing his co-host, a dog. When the fall happened, he trapped his mother and stepfather in the asylum for placing him into the institution. Once they re-emerge outside, all of their crew is deceased. Crazy Harold, the lunch sack, had killed them all. No, the lawmen stationed outside had, shooting at Stu and Sweet Tooth, but when they take a closer look, Sweet Tooth kills them. Stu convinces him to let Mike live as their pet. Together, Clown, the convoy, Quiet, and John take down the lawman, in the end leaving Stone with a chance to die slow or end his own suffering. A shot rings out as they drive off. In the carnage, Sweet Tooth took on a new fiery look and shot missiles at the convoy, causing the casualties of many, and what's promising to get revenge. Stu and Mike shoot Sweet Tooth and leave him for dead, whilst John and Quiet go on to deliver their package, though they can only let John in, and seeing John faltering in his decision, Quiet shoots him to force him inside. They choose to make Quiet the new milkman, but she does things differently. Her new venture is to try and distribute all the wealth, robbing milkmen and giving away the rewards. 1 month later, John now lives on the inside, learning to ride a bike in his spare time, getting hit on by everyone, making friends at a bar, and getting a date with Diane, even trying pizza for the first time. Raven offers him a gander at his childhood and family, all set up as a ploy to force John into racing for them. The mission to collect the package, which was ice cream, was a test. Calypso is running a tournament for races across the country. Whoever horse wins gets their heart's desire. Outside, Roadkill is spiked. Surrounded by the dolls, their leader asks Quiet about John. Seemingly, she is his sister. Hidden, Stu and Mike camp out with their new mannequin girlfriends, free from trouble, until they are scared by Sweet Tooth, and Stu is dragged off. This is when the series ends. Make sure to subscribe, and if you like the videos I make and want to support the channel, consider joining the memberships, and for more, watch this.